Hi guys, welcome to Healthier Day by Tay. I'm Taylor. Today we're going to be making some lavender drinks perfect for the summertime. We're going to use a sugar-free lavender syrup and then do some different drinks. So let's get into it. All right, we're going to start off with the Iced Lavender Latte. It came out really good. Highly recommend in the summertime. We're going to start with the milk base as well as the foam at the top of the drink. You're going to need 1 cup of milk. Any milk will work, milk of choice. And then a 1/4 cup of vanilla protein powder. I just measured it out like this, but it's probably close to a scoop of protein. And then you're just going to mix that in until it is completely dissolved into the milk. Into a pint-sized glass, you're then going to fill it with ice. And then you're going to add that protein milk about halfway up the glass. And then we're going to layer a double shot of chilled or room temperature espresso. You can do this on the back of a spoon. Keep the spoon closer than I did here and don't make quite as big of a mess. And then we're going to add that lavender foam on top. So with the remainder of that milk that we made earlier, we're going to add some sugar-free lavender syrup. There are a couple of brands that make this, so pick whatever you'd like or make your own. And you're going to add 2 tablespoons to that protein milk. And then using that handheld frother, we are now going to try to make a foam. Since it's not heavy cream, it's not quite the same, but you can achieve a similar consistency by keeping your frother at a 45-degree angle close to the surface and add a bunch of air into it as much as you can. And then to get rid of the bigger bubbles and make it more foam-like, you'll just create like a vortex. So you can see it starting to get thicker here and more foam-like. It looks pretty white here, but in person it was a very light purple. Just before the foam, I wanted to have a purple layer though, so I did 2 tablespoons of that lavender syrup. Here you can see it's got that purple layer, and then you're just going to top it off with the foam. As you can see, there's extra foam, so you could have a couple lattes this morning. And then if you'd like, you can garnish it with some fresh lavender. It is super cute and perfect for the summer. All right, and for the next drink, it is a lavender blackberry chai tea latte, also super great. And to a glass, you are going to add a few blackberries, and then you're just going to muddle them. If you don't have a muddler, you can use the back of a spoon and just try to get as much juices out as you can. Just mash them up, and then you're going to fill the glass with ice. Next, you're going to need some sugar-free chai tea latte. And you're going to do 3 ounces. And then 4 ounces of milk of choice. So it's almost half and half, but a little bit more milk. And then you're just going to top it with 2 tablespoons of lavender syrup and give that a really good mix. You can also shake this drink as well, or shake and strain it, and it probably comes out a little bit better, but I didn't want the extra dishes. And then you're just going to garnish it with some blackberries and maybe even a sprig of some lavender.